Good morning. Good morning. So, Frankie, say hi. Say hi, honey. Say hi. Hudson. 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 When he was a puppy, when I would do that, Hudson, he would just come and jump, and he'd run, and now he just trots. He's getting old and big. Oh, he's coming in on 100 pounds here pretty soon. Yeah. He's 90 something, I think. I think that was the last time I heard. Hi. You're not... That's amazing. Hi, baby. Aw. Okay, jump. Not on me, honey. Okay, jump. Come on. Come on. Jump. You can do it. Come on, jump. Frankie, come on. Jump. Good boy. Come on, Hudson. You can get up there, too. Get up there. Okay, I'm just checking in. I have a little bit of time. So, I want to thank someone who left a little comment about gosh, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. I looked at it real quick and I just thought, oh, I want to respond to that. But if I look up the name, I'll lose you on my phone. I just want to say thank you for that comment. It means a lot to me. I really don't do that sensationalism, I call it, because I love knowing that we have our little tribe. And if it stays just the same, I would love more comments like we had in the beginning. But I know that it was during a slower time of year. I love chit-chatting back and forth, helping each other, adding more information. Vanessa, Rose, and Plum Plum have really hung in there. And sometimes Denise and... I wrote down Patricia, Melissa, Linda, and Carmen, Janet, and Dinah. Hi. So I just don't sensationalize because I don't care if the channel grows too much, you know. I care that the people who need a buddy, need a friend, need some family because you're an adult orphan, I care that you find a place, and that can be with us. That's it. I don't need the money. I don't need the fame. Sounds like that should be a song. I don't need the money, and I don't need the fame. If you're lonely, come in our circle, and I will learn your name. I don't know. Anyway, good luck with that one. So, what's today? Okay, so, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm going to speak to some of us not having the health we wish we had, and how some people look healthy, but they have health issues that can be scary. And some people, like me, seem to be sitting on a ticking time bomb. It's so funny that, you know, when a plant isn't healthy, you can see signs. Sometimes when a person isn't healthy, you can see signs. I am looking for a foundation that I got recently that I don't want to run out of time if I'm going to return it. I just don't know that I have tried it yet. Here it is. I think I did try it. I think it was fine. But I bought 2 for the price of 1. And a whole tube was only 2 something, I do believe. And then I got a price reduction off of that Temu channel. So I was like, you know one of my favorite makeups is Rimmel that comes in a tube like this, and it is consistently way under $5 a tube, and I get it for like $2.50 once in a while. So heck, if it works, it works. And there's every bit as much in that as there is an Elf or Wet n Wild, I think, or almost. Okay, back to health. So one of the things is, because I come across, and you may be able to relate to this. Okay, back up. When I was young, I was very shy and timid, and if I said something that sounded too smart, too intelligent, I made it look like it was an accident. I'm not quite sure, and that's called fawn. So it's fight, flight, freeze, or fawn is what they're coming out with. And that's what that is. It's a defense mechanism that says, don't be mad. I'm not trying to be a smartass. Don't be mad. And that way there's less repercussions for being too smart, or for some of you out there too pretty, or whatever. So it would always be underplayed. Oh my goodness. You have to protect your brushes. You don't have to wash them every week. Some people probably do, or replace them. I don't, because I'm too lazy. But I do try to protect them from dog hair floating in the air, and you know, when you're dusting or vacuuming, that stuff gets up in the air, and why wouldn't they be attracted to something moist? So you have to kind of be careful with that. Oh, I got a blackhead that just, there's always a blackhead here. And when there's not a blackhead, I'm just waiting for another blackhead. Good grief. Who cares? Anyway, so I keep it in my drawer. Okay, where was I? Okay, so I've had some clients who have gotten cancer acting up, and what happens is they handle it so well. I mean, one of my clients even went ahead and had a ceremony with her friends and family to cut off her hair way before her hair ever started falling out, if it was going to fall out. It was almost like she celebrated it. Now, that was unusual. Usually I'm helping someone with their grief and fear, and I know how to take up this side because I'm a lifter-upper. You know what I mean? But this gal was unique. She didn't need someone to lift up. She just needed someone to vent to kind of organize her thoughts. And she assumed that I had never had any cancer issues because I am so hot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tie my hair up. Damn it! To hell! I am so tired of wearing my hair up. It started pulling on my head. Let me whine. So anyway, she had a cancer support group, and she had a Christian church women's group where she spoke about having faith in God to help her through this. I'll do something better with that here in a little bit. this shirt may not work today, but I'm going to a restaurant where it could be cool. So I wanted to wear appropriate clothing, but it's only going to be like 80 degrees out, but the humidity is just thick. So this may be too much. I'll have to think about it. What to do. So she was one of those people I have red right here naturally. And I don't need extra red there. I need it here if I want to look kind of sunny. So that's what this is about. Where's that brush at? Here it is. Here's the one. So I want you to kind of think about this. Where would you be coming from if you were facing death? If you were facing a health issue that meant your life was going to change until the day you depart from the earth. I know it sounds gruesome, but here's the deal, Pickle. Sometimes we can't prepare for things that happen. But sometimes we can. Sometimes we can't. Hey, Plum Plum, you told me you had an eyeliner you were using. Don't forget to send me that information, because I would love to try it. Oh, here's this other one. I have this liquid, but I'm going to just try to get it down in my eyelashes. So anyway, with this bathroom fiasco, I have decided that since they probably have to tear off some of that, well, they're tearing off the whole bathroom flooring down to the subfloor, the whole thing. What a pain in that. I'm going to dab some of this off because I don't want it to be too heavy. Anyway, I'm putting in a wider door for a handicapped, for wheelchair, walker, accessibility. I don't know how people wear eyeliner in the waterline. My eyes are either so dry or they're so watery that it makes a mess. So I don't understand how you can make that work. I would love to hear somebody actually tell about that. Or you just have, there's so many people with perfect eyes out there. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, just lightly think about it. There are a lot of people who just can't go to the place of thinking about death because it makes them way too anxious, way too nervous. And I get that. But that is something that our society really fights against, that is natural. I'm afraid to die too. I don't want to die yet. But part of the reason I don't want to die yet is because there's a level of spirituality I would love to get to before I go on to the other side. It used to be when I was younger, I didn't want to die yet because I hadn't yet lived. And now that I've recognized how much life I have lived and how much I do live, capital L, that part doesn't scare me as much or disappoint me as much. The fear of dying alone, the acceptance of dying alone is something that I wouldn't wish on anybody. And that is my fear. I watched the movie The Notebook the other day, and it made me cry, as usual. And I just was thinking, what a shame for anybody to die alone. And here's this couple, so beautifully matched. Very sweet. Well, that's enough of that. Quit messing around. So, not too long ago, I lowered my bed to be able to get in and out because I hurt my knee pretty bad. Well, because of that, I've been getting in and out of my bed really, really well. It's helped a lot. Glad I did it. Also, when I face death, when I think about it lightly, I don't study it anymore, but when I think about, and I've been practicing this for decades now, is saying a prayer at night, you know, where they, and I got it from that youth prayer, if I should die before I wake. But instead, I say, if there's anything I need to know, please put it on my heart and in my mind so I can take care of it in first thing in the morning if you allow me. You know, that kind of thing. And even if I don't say those same exact words, which I pretty much do, the intention is there. And I really do mean it. What am I doing? I am tweezing goat hairs. My great-great-grandmother had them. I remember tweezing them for her before she died. What a trip. So much history with that woman. Passed away. So much history. She watched the women be able to gain their vote, blacks be able to gain their freedom. Now, it didn't mean all those things were easy and simple, and she made sure I knew that. What a beautiful woman. About how, yeah, the laws may say this or that, but it doesn't mean you can't still get away with abusing those people. And the hardships that come along with that women themselves and black people themselves sometimes still keep themselves in that because it's because of generational trauma. Something I understood very well, especially because I had neighbors that were constantly fighting. This is back in the 80s. They would get in fist fights. Terrible fights. Their window was outside of my window. We lived in a Victorian neighborhood. Well, the house was Victorian. Very close to each other. And cops would come and they would just de-escalate it. She'd be all mad. Tell him, get out. Never come back. By the time they were done, cops would leave and they'd be back in bed having sex. How do I know? Because our window was right outside my living room window. So I had to go into the kitchen or my bedroom just to avoid listening to these people. Fight or sex. Constantly. Jeez. Drunks. Oh yeah, it was always in the late evening, early morning. And when I think about what I want before I die, all I can think of is, dang, I don't want to be that ridiculous. I want to have a smooth life before I go. I would love to have a couple friends. What in the world happened here? And because I'm not a very social person, I started this channel. I can't tell you, it may not be the same as having physical bodies to hang out with. But I don't want to go out and about. And when we have to get out in the world here in my area, it's a drive, traffic, tension, the whole ball of wax. So it's not like you're just going somewhere. You're going somewhere. It's a hassle. And you know what? I don't like it. I don't need it. I don't like it. I don't need to be with people that often. I just don't. So this is my supplement. YouTube's my supplement. So when we think about going back to passing away, are you really living the life you want to live? I was saying, dang, I'm not very social, because a lot of people need more social interaction or they're not happy. Now those people, yeah, let's get real. They need more. They need more. I don't. You have to get to know yourself. Get to know yourself. Get to know what your needs really are. Because wouldn't it be nice if you experimented with that before you pass away? All these times when people say, well, one of these days, why have that? Is that true or not true? Is your one of these days true or not true? Well, one of these days I wanna. Do you really wanna? Do you? Because maybe it doesn't look like it. One of these days I want to have a garden. Well, I did it, right? One of these days I have done just about everything on my list. So if I pass away, there's not probably gonna be a whole lot on my list that hasn't been done. If it's possible, I've done it. If it's possible, I've done it. I guarantee you. Because I'm a pretty brave person. So there's not a lot I haven't done. I used to think, I made so many stupid mistakes and decisions. It's been so expensive. And I had a counselor about the very same time a friend said it, which was like serendipity. It meant something to me. Was, God, Foolish, you're brave. Look at all the experiences you've had with your life. My gosh. Most people just might have a fleeting thought about doing something like that, and you did it. So I was like, oh, yeah, I am kind of brave, aren't I? That really meant a lot to me, because it did take courage. Sometimes I was scared to death to do some of the stuff I did, and I did it against my own judgment. But sometimes I had some amazing times. I can't tell you. Holy cow, some of the stories. I grew up in a town where it was railroaders, factory workers, doctors and lawyers, bankers, and bikers. And I dated in just about every pool that was available because I was exploring, I guess, over the years. Not all at once, good grief. But, so I've gotten to ride in motorcycle gangs. I've gotten to sit in hoity-toity parties. I mean, I've had an exciting life. Exciting. Where does these little specks come from? I need to find maybe a little bit better way to store my brushes because I keep getting fallout looking. Maybe it is fallout. Maybe it's not from my brushes. All right. So, was I lucky? Yeah. Was I kind of smart? Yeah. I mean, I'm fairly intuitive. I didn't hang out with the bikers just to be dumb. I mean, they weren't. I don't know. I guess maybe I was dumb and I just got lucky. I can't say which ones, of course, because I don't want to name anybody that I used to hang out with. Who knows what might happen? People are so sensitive. It seems like about their privacy, which is fine. I don't want a bunch of people going around yapping about me either. So anyway, long story short, what is it left that you haven't really done? Is there something? Is there? Is there something you might want to experiment with? Huh. We'll see how that looks. Kind of going for the natural look. So, about once a month or so, I go out with some other counselors and their friends for lunch. Sometimes there's just 2 of us, and sometimes there's 15. So we don't know, but we're gonna try some Indian food today. Not sure, but I have it in my GPS and I'm going. I'm excited. I'm not excited about driving though, because once again, it's clear across town. It's not something I enjoy. It's going clear across town, but I do enjoy getting together once in a while. So if I go, I get the benefit of socializing a little bit. And there's a ringleader with the women, and she is the one who kind of, we don't go anywhere without her. She's got these separate friendship groups, and then sometimes she brings some of us together. It's kind of cool. I'm excited. Okay, is my eyeliner okay today? Tell me. Is it too dark again? Or, I gotta do something with his hair. Gosh darn it. All right, so let that be sort of some homework. Make a list of things that you have not taken the opportunity to do. If you take the time to make a list of the things that you have not done yet that you'd like to do. Some people call it a bucket list. And yeah, basically, I guess, why not? Think about it. And then also think about What kind of attitude do you want all day? With or without a car, with or without a home, with or without cash in the bank, with or without your loved ones. What kind of attitude, what kind of personality do you want every day? Do you want to wallow? Do you want to feel that horrible, thick disappointment every day? Or do you want to live in gratitude where you're like, man, I'm so glad I had had such crazy, exciting experiences. I'm so glad I was able to experience that kind of love, loyalty, and dedication, even though I didn't appreciate it at the time, but I experienced it. Dang. Or I'm so glad I had that loved one, even though it was a short time. My gosh, how wonderful. I had that dog who just was like an angel in my life. Right? You can make a list of all those wonderful things. Isn't that where you'd want to spend your soul for the rest of your time on planet Earth? We can be mad, we can be jealous, we can be insecure, or we can navigate that in a little bit different direction. I don't know. Food for thought. I gotta go. Love you. Mwah. Okay. Leave a comment, say hi. All right. Bye for now.